Hello and welcome. It's Kristen from Life of Crafting, and I'm trying to do a impromptu on the road email or video because I figure if I wait till I get home, it's going to be a lot. I'm down in Tampa, Florida for bringing my son to college. Yeah, Mom is going to be crying. I have one son, and he's ready to leave the nest, and I'm not ready for that. So anyway. Yeah, I'm a little sad. So we're down here for like 6 days because he's got to do 2 required orientation days, which today's that second day, and then he moves in on Friday. So I have decided to check out the area craft stores while I'm here, and I also brought some cards, and I'll go through what I'm doing with the cards as well. So I stopped at a place called Stamporium, I believe is the name, and they're in Lutz, L-U-T-Z, Florida, which was about 15 minutes from where we're staying by USF. And this is really the first adventure into a store that I've done because New Jersey really doesn't have any. I've done some expos, but we haven't had them in a couple of years. So this was my first experience, and I didn't know what to expect, and she had a nice selection. So if you're in the Tampa area, I highly recommend her. Again, keep in mind it is a small business, so you're not going to find some of those sale prices you're paying at like scrapbook.com or something, but you know, I got to see, touch, feel, pick and choose some of the things I wanted, and I'm not paying shipping. I didn't look. I do believe their tax is a little bit less than New Jersey, so I feel like I kind of weighed it out. So here's what I wound up getting. I'll start with, I've had my eye on this die set of Tim Holtz's. It is called Festive Things. I've seen some really cute things done, especially with this tree. And let me just make sure I'm in because I'm using stuff in the room to kind of give me the vantage point. The only place I would be able to get this off of was eBay, and for the price she charged, which was the $20, I know I would have paid easily that, and you know, I'd have to be buying and paying shipping and everything, so I was kind of happy to get that. And then she had this one that was called Christmas Memories, and I don't recall ever seeing this. It just has that really vintage. Let me make sure you can get the Santa was just the cutest. Yeah, I was really in love with this. Now my understanding is that Stampers Anonymous will always make the set if they don't have it somewhere. So I will try and do some links for this if I can't. Like I said, my understanding is I've never done it, but that Stampers Anonymous will recreate. I've got some different cards in mind that I want to do some stuff with for that because, like I said, it's just too cute. And you know, it says red rubber, and yeah, this is gonna be cute. So when I first walked in, she had all the new stuff in the front, and this was one of the things, and I'm assuming this must have just been recently released because I have not seen this graphic 45s. It's called Warm Wishes Collection. I have not seen that. Let me get this other stuff out of the way. I kind of just wanted to give you a preview of what I got coming on, and explain where I will be using it so that you can keep an eye out for the future. So this was this graphic 45, and I tend to go more towards the retro, nostalgic, traditional, and this paper brand is all over that. I've had some of theirs, and I'll show you in some of the other stuff I purchased, like why you haven't seen me do anything with it, because they are so detailed. I really have a hard time, like what I would do with it for a sentiment. And so I have some other papers, and I was like, what do I do with it? But what I liked that she had, and I haven't seen too much, was she had the matching ephemera with it. So I'll show you some close-ups of what's in there. So I liked that because the ephemera is really going to finish these off for me. So I don't know if you can catch, it's a very toile looking black and kind of a goldish brown color. This one, you get the 3 sheets. I don't know, I may try and do, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. The poinsettias and all are really beautiful, so I see that. But then these are really pretty too. So we'll see. This pattern has that like collage looking effect to it. This room has so much light, and unfortunately I'm using this lamp. I have my thing on top of it. So you're getting a mixture of the 2 different lights in here. I hope that the papers are really showing up as far as colors and stuff. It's a very rich green, and just this all over. It's not even just like snowflakes. There's like postage stamps in there. Again, just very pretty. And this is an 8x8, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I don't have all my supplies with me, so I can't measure. Yes, 8x8. Includes 3 sheets of all 8 doubles. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna get 24 out of this. So that's the first 2 prints. Then there's this all over poinsettia on a black background. And I'll be honest, I was not really like a person that liked the black. It just seemed so dark to me. And in my retail business, we had one company that had a whole line of like placemats and napkins and stuff. And they did one, and unfortunately, they discontinued, I believe. No, do they still have the black? They had it in red, cream, and black background, and they discontinued. I thought it was the black. And my husband was so taken with that. He's like, that is so striking. And I thought, for a man to take notice of a poinsettia holiday pattern was holiday, or holly leaves. I was like, wow, like really? Like he's not liking it? And I really started to pay attention to like these holiday things on black. And I can see what he's talking about, how it really does give that contrast. And like I said, this pattern has the cardinals in it. It looks like I don't know my words, if that's a yellow finch or what, but yeah, it really is striking. So I can see me doing some stuff with that. This, I guess, was their cut apart sheet. So I do see I could probably get some things off of these. The scale's a little small, like here for the Happy Holidays. I did not see that she had individual sheets, but I am going to some more between here and driving my way home. So this would probably be a really good one to get if I can find, like in a 12x12 sheet, getting one, because the borders on this are beautiful. They have like a Marion Bright down here, the cardinals, and those yellow finches in there. This one's bigger. It says Warm Wishes there. Joy to the World in that strip. So there are some I could be using, Tidings of Comfort and Joy, I can use for sentiments on some cards. But I do think I would prefer this in a 12x12 to be able to really read them. This almost looks like they wanted to do pineapples. I don't know what that pattern is. It just looks like you'd see something in a Victorian era wallpaper is what that kind of looks like to me. You got the stripes here, and it's very, again, that golden brown. Oh, and a really fine, like plaid kind of gingham. A multi with multi stripe pattern. That's really pretty. So I do see that this is going to be a very heavy in black and the reds. Beautiful all over poinsettia. And they're, again, using these different shapes. These are like a diamond with a scroll pattern, but very pretty. So you're going from really busy to kind of a little less busy there. That's pretty. Another cut apart sheet. These are still big enough so that you can read them, but I don't see using them. They're either gonna have to be tucked in between something or using multiples of them. These are kind of like a tag. That's pretty. Oh, the holly, the all over holly on the back is really beautiful. And there's a very thin stripe behind it that's very faint. So very pretty. I better keep it moving because I got a lot more to get to yet. And then and all over that black with the cardinals really pop on that, and then the postage. And it just says Happy Holidays, December 25th, 1920. So, and then, oh, the really, the red is gonna really pop. So that was their patterns, and I see, like I said, that is so in my wheelhouse. And then here is, I'm gonna stand up so I can kind of get this close. But if you can see, there's some ephemera that's gonna have like different sentiments on it. This is like a real big clock. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. And then there's just birds, holly, you know, some different banners. This here, I'm wondering if I can maybe cut out the center, but there looks like there's holly, so I'm thinking to bump it up, but I don't think so. I don't know if there's another one that I could decoupage that with. I don't think so. But it says, I'm looking to see if it says how many were included. It doesn't say. Number 39 assorted pieces, but they're not saying. But I'm going to tell you, this thing is packed. I didn't want to open these and put all that crinkling on it. But the backs of these have like some of the print that's found in the papers. So my guess is like this one here is like a banner with the fishtails. And I'm assuming like if I decide to not use it, I could turn this over and just use that as a banner on my card, or like this one here is a tag. So I kind of like that they did that and they didn't just do it on like a white, because if I don't want to use something, I can possibly use the back of it. Like here, this is just a rectangle. Or is that a tag? No, I think it's just a rectangle. So, you know, you can use some of the ephemera pieces as not being the ephemera and just use it as something on the back. So that is kind of cool. So I liked that. So that was the graphic 45. And then I described that I also have had graphic 45 for years. And there's a couple patterns and they're really old and they're beautiful. The greens and stuff in them are more vibrant, and I can't get them as a crossover for something else. And they really need something with them because they're kind of, it's like an all over holly pattern and stuff. Like I said, when I go to do the cards, I'll have them. But the thing I find with graphic 45 is that they're very consistent in their stylization of things. As you can see, like it's all very like that retro nostalgia, and their colors do seem to kind of stay pretty much similar. So I found at first she had this cardstock die cuts for the Christmas Magic collection, and then she's got a sticker on it because she had it half off, and it's got these different like tags. This is going to make like a, I don't know if it's supposed to be like something for a junk journal or something, but I'm looking like I can cut that and get kind of like two things out of it. And then there was this side. So for the paper that I already have, I'm thinking I can use quite a bit of this as giving me, you know, some area of interest that is not me having to do a stamp. And like I said, this was half off, so I thought I was getting a, you know, a good deal on that. And then I did come across further into the store. She had this collection that was the Christmas time collection, and the back of these papers were just beautiful. But I was buying them for these different cut-aparts that I feel I can use for my papers. And I mean, I bought like a lot of single sheet papers. I think it was like on a clearance, and it was like my first time buying anything that was graphic 45. And I went overboard, as I'm sure most of you can understand. So I figured I picked up these two. If it does work out and it's, you know, I need more, obviously I can buy more of these sheets because they are a more current pattern. Like I said, the one I have, unfortunately, has been discontinued a while ago, and I can't find anything else to go with it. So I've been wanting to do something like this, but it's hard shopping online, and seeing this in the store was like very much appreciate it, that I know it'll work for me now. So I'm gonna put all of this aside and get into now. Again, walking the store, I've probably seen this Cartabella pattern on the new releases, but I also like that it was open stock, and I've been going into doing the card sketches from Crawlby Crafty Owl, and a lot of times she calls for, you know, like 3 different pattern papers, and I don't like to break up a pack. When I bring a pack out, I want to kind of use it all up. And by me being able to buy this open stock, I was like, this is going to be great. So now I have these 3 patterns. I liked this gingham. The other side has the tags. I don't know that I'll be using any of the tags unless obviously something comes out as a scrap. But I bought it for this pattern. This one was really pretty with the barns on it. Has just some kind of small all over kind of like pointed diamond print, but I am intending, I'm probably going to use it for this side as a as an area of interest. I mean, it's like it's its own cut apart for each one of those. And then they had the ring wreaths on that side. I mean, this side is more of a scrapbook page. And again, if I get anything that's scrap, I may be able to use assorted different things that are flowers, but this is what I'm intending to find a sketch. And it may be one that she hasn't even released yet that I'm going to use. This is Farmhouse Market. And then she had the sticker sheet, and I thought this would be good because there's all different flowers in there or different things. I don't know that I'll use all of it, again, because I don't even have a sketch in mind, but I do intend to use this soon. Hold on a second. My son needed me, so now I'm back. This was a lawn fawn paper, and I had looked at it as a pad for a 6x6, and I looked at it, but I was like, I don't know if I want to, you know, I have so much. Do I really want to buy like more paper? So I just had not convinced myself, and it was not something I had ever seen when I was out and about. So I liked this fact that it was open sheet. So I'll go through, the first thing was I really did like, she's got like the cut aparts that are kind of like tags, but even though some of them have like to and from, I can either just like die cut out the sentiment. There's different things I know I can do that they don't have to stay as tags. You know, like this one I can cut off. And the back is like this really cute, it's supposed to be, I guess, like holly and berries. The bottom has that cute little border on it, which I like because it's the back side of the strip, so I can use it as a border. I thought that was really cute. So like I said, she had this individual, and this is what caught my attention. So then I started thinking again, like I said, I want to use some of the sketches, and I liked the pink all over print with the snowflakes, but then whatever I'm going to get for scraps, I'm going to lay it out so that I can get some sentiments of it's merry and bright, jolly holidays. I figure I can get some sentiments that way. That'll be cute. I had to get, this was the like iconic thing, and I know it's like more scrapbooking, but I can very evidently get this into a set of 6 sheets, and you know, obviously this is a snowflake background, will always work, and then of course the 3 scenes here are really cute. The back is a kind of like a hatch pattern or like a basket weave, and then you've got some cute sentiments to use down here off the strip. So you know, again, I really like the functionality that they give you. They really pack it, is how they do it. This one has the bird, the tree, and the bunny all over print, which was cute. And then the back has this really like all over tree, tone on tone. And you've got the strip of like little polka dots. So again, I'm looking at how I can use some of this scrap coming in. It's a very pink and like teal. But you know, like the trees coming in, this kind of reminds me of Doodlebug. I haven't done any Doodlebug yet. I'm looking forward to getting some of that this year. But it's just really cute. And then you've got the plaid, like a tone-on-tone plaid with multi-width striping in there. And if you look, like one's on a diagonal, let me see if I'm getting that in. One's on a diagonal and one's straight. So I thought that was really cute. And then the strip just has this diagonal, like kind of candy cane stripe, but it's a, it's that same like greenish teal. So when I looked at this, I know how I like to do my stuff, and that pink is really a pop of color. And I'm not really getting anything other than this one pink in there. So I did look through what else she had, because it was kind of like a tub of miscellaneous ones. And she did have this in here, and it's a different paper pack. It's called Nitpicky, but the pinks are the same color, as you can see. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna throw that in, that'll work. And it's just it's kind of like that alpine Norwegian sweater look, and the back has the like that greener, brighter green tone. So they all go. I wanted it for the pink side, but again, if I get to a point where I need to use some scraps, that side's gonna blend in too. So that was really nice. Again, you'll see this in the future. I don't know if I'm gonna do that as a, just use it as an as many challenge, or if I'm gonna do that with a Crafty Owl sketch. Okay, so then new to me, I've seen in my looking on the internet, I've seen this company called Blue Fern Studios. And when I've seen it, it's very much like this, where to me this is scrapbooking, or you really have to chunk this out to get, you know, the scenes. So what stopped me and said, like, okay, let me give this as a card maker some idea of what I could do with it, was she had these ephemera packs, and I have not seen the ephemera packs offered on any of the other scenes. And they were, of course, very traditional looking, and you know, there's a lot in there. Let me make sure this is getting into the video. You know, you've got the woman in her big, you know, like furry coat, this old-fashioned sleigh. This kind of looks like sleigh bells on a plaid, like pull strap. You know, the house in the countryside, ice skates. I mean, there's just a lot of, you know, there's some sentiments in there that says season's greetings and Merry Christmas, joy. So it was a nice mix. And it surprised me as I pulled this out, because I wanted to kind of not have to lay them all out. And even here, this is going to be able to get used as like a background in itself too. So that's extra. I thought that was really nice. And it says there's 27 cardstock shaped, die cut shapes in there. And I know, you know, for me to kind of like, even though it says 27, I'm easily going to be able to get a dozen, if not more, dozen, 15. They're going to be able to be like a centerpiece in the for the card. So I kind of felt like, okay, so then I started giving the papers a chance, because these don't have like, this is a very thick paper, very much along the lines of Graphic 45, you know, the Cartabella papers, very, very thick. It's got that kind of like that unfinished linen type of feel. I don't see anything on here that says like paperweight or anything. This was probably one of her more expensive lines, but what I liked about the papers were you've got the two corners, but when you flip it over, like it's these corners where they're at. So if I cut this, I'm going to be able to get one here and then like one here. So the only thing that was kind of being left for me with nothing really eye-catching was the two center ones. And I felt like the ephemera was really going to help with that. So this was last year's collection they released. It was called Yuletide. And this particular paper was called Home for Christmas. And Jen Bishop, I don't know if she's like a designer for them or if she's a name that they brought in. I really don't know enough about this company. This is an American company, which was surprising because I know a lot of the it seems to be like the nicer papers I like are British or Swedish, or they're from like overseas. So this was the Home for Christmas. Then we have the Sleigh Ride. And again, this looks like I may need it more in a vertical. I'm not sure yet how I'm gonna do that. I loved the torn look, how they put that in there. And the background was a very hodgepodge. I mean, it's like thrown in there. I mean, it goes from like this cable knit into this like torn burlap. Beautiful how they did that. So again, I felt like whatever I got that I wasn't using from this side could be very easily used with the ephemera. And that was the Sleigh Ride. And then I brought in a Joyous Illumination that had the music notes. This looks like some kind of like old torn plaids, just some flowers, beautiful. The North Pole Post Office, and the back just has this all over collage kind of thing of flowers and stuff. So very, very beautiful. They really incorporate the strip kind of into the seam on the back. Let me see what this one is. That one's not so much, but you know, again, I felt like after really reevaluating that, even though they're very much more, to me anyway, a scrapbook page, I could incorporate. So this was apparently part of this same release, but then she had in there, and I thought, well, this is going to give me even more to do with them. This was designed by Michelle Singh, and this was called Cheery Cards. And I felt like some of these I can use to tuck in with some of that. A lot of sentiments. The back was kind of, you know, just plain and boring. It's supposed to be, I guess, like a brick wall. And again, very much for scrapbooking. But this was the side to interest me, where I've got the different kind of parts, like this one, where I can put something inside of that. You know, very nice to be able to put something inside of that. So I have a lot of things, a lot of sentiments in here. Even this, I can use the sentiment strip. This is Christmas Cheer, Cheery Cards. So for the price, I think these were charged, I think she charged me like $1.25 a sheet, which may seem very expensive to some people, but I'm gonna easily get at least 10 things I can use out of here to be something on the card front. So for 10 cents, if it helps me get my cards moving along and moving along much faster, it's worth it to me. You know, we'll see. I mean, I can break it down in dollars and cents. You know, if I can get 6 panels for a card front out of $1.25, you know, I can probably very easily get quite a bit of cards out of this stuff. So that was the blue Fern paper. So that is all of my haul video from the Stamporium. And I realized that I had a card I brought with me, and I had not done a video on it yet. You know what, I'm gonna do this in the second video. I'll do it to part 2. This is gonna be my Tampa road trip. And I'm going to do these in parts because I am going out later today to do another scrapbook store. So this, I'm going to end this now for part 1. So if you enjoyed my video, liked what you saw, I would really appreciate you hitting the like button down below. I appreciate that you have watched. I feel bad that I did not bring like something to give me better, you know, way to videotape this, and I apologize. Like I said, this is a lampshade that's in here, and I have nothing else I can think of how to get a video on the road. So I apologize, but I have a lot more coming, so I would highly recommend, if you could, to subscribe down below as well, because as I'm releasing this, if you are subscribed, it will bring up into your feed the new videos as they get released. So this is today's haul, and I'll be back shortly with a part 2. Have a nice day. Bye.